Okay, hold on. Before we even start recording, can somebody explain to me why my coffee machine is making this weird clicking noise? Like, click, click, click. It sounds like it's judging me.
David, that's not the coffee machine judging you. That's the coffee machine dying. That's its final words.
Its final words being click, click, click.
Basically, its version of tell my family I loved them.
Okay, that's actually really dark for 8 in the morning, Sarah.
Welcome to the show. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. And this, despite what you just heard, is EnglishFB, the podcast where we just talk, like two friends hanging out. Except we're secretly sneaking real English into your brain the whole time.
Very sneaky of us.
The goal here is simple. You listen, you laugh a little, and somewhere in the middle of all this nonsense, your English gets better without it ever feeling like homework.
Exactly. No boring grammar lecture, no repeat after me, just real conversation, real expressions, the stuff people actually say.
Right. And today's episode actually ties back to my dying coffee machine in a weird way.
Oh, here we go.
No, listen, because I bought that machine in January. You know why?
Let me guess. New Year's resolution?
New Year's resolution. I'm going to stop buying $4 coffees every day. I'm going to save money. I'm going to be a new man. And now, 6 months later, the machine is dying, and I'm back to buying $4 coffees.
Okay, so today we're basically talking about you.
Today we're basically talking about everyone, Sarah. That's the thing.
Okay, so real talk for a second. Why does this happen to literally everybody? You start something with so much energy, and then a few weeks later, poof, gone.
Right, and here's a word for that actually. When you go back to your old behavior after trying to change, we say you slip back into old habits. I was doing so well with my diet, but I slipped back into old habits.
Slipped back into old habits. I like that. That's a good one. Everyone's felt that.
Everyone. And there's this saying in English for it too. Old habits die hard.
Old habits die hard, meaning?
Meaning they don't just disappear because you want them to. They fight back. They're stubborn.
Like my brother refusing to use GPS and just getting lost every single time.
See, that's a perfect example. He knows the GPS works better. Doesn't matter. Old habits die hard.
Okay, but here's my question, and I think about this a lot. Why is it so easy to stick with the bad stuff? Like scrolling on my phone for 2 hours, no problem. I could do that in my sleep. But going for a run? Suddenly it's the hardest thing in the world.
Right. Stick with, meaning to continue doing something, not quit. I really want to stick with this habit this time.
Stick with it. Got it.
And honestly, that question you just asked, why the bad stuff is easy and the good stuff is hard, that's actually the whole thing we're unpacking today. There's this idea from a really popular habits book, and I've been kind of obsessed with it lately.
Ooh, which one?
Atomic Habits. You've heard of it?
Heard of it, never read it. Everyone at my office was reading it like 2 years ago, and I just nodded along, pretending I knew what they meant.
Classic.
Okay, so here's the thing that hit me the hardest from it. There's this idea that the reward for bad habits comes right now, but the cost comes later. And with good habits, it's the opposite. The cost is right now, and the reward comes way later.
Wait, say that again, slower?
Okay, think about your phone. You pick it up, you scroll, you feel good instantly. Little hit of dopamine, boom, right now. The cost, wasted time, bad sleep, whatever, that shows up later, way later. So your brain doesn't even connect the two.
Oh, that's uncomfortably accurate.
Right? And now flip it, going to the gym. The cost is immediate. You're tired, your legs hurt, you sweat through your shirt in the first 10 minutes.
Speak for yourself.
But the reward, actually looking and feeling better, that takes weeks, sometimes months.
So basically our brain is just bad at math. Immediate pain, later reward, brain says no thanks.
Exactly. And that's why, for instance, ordering takeout feels so much easier than cooking the healthy meal you already planned, even though you know, deep down, cooking is the better choice.
Oh my God, yesterday, that was literally me. I had chicken and vegetables thawed out, ready to go, and I ordered pizza instead.
See, this is what I mean. We're not lazy. We're not weak. We're just fighting against how our brains are wired. That's actually kind of comforting if you think about it.
It is comforting. Yeah. Makes me feel slightly less guilty about the pizza.
Slightly.
Okay, but here's the part that actually gets me, David, honestly. Like, say you do push through. You do go to the gym for 3 weeks straight, and you look in the mirror and nothing. Same face, same everything. That's when I usually just give up.
Yes. Okay, this is such an important part. There's this idea called the Valley of Disappointment.
The Valley of Disappointment. That sounds like a place I've definitely visited.
We've all lived there for a while. Basically, you expect progress to be a straight line. You put in effort, you see results, nice and clean. But in real life, progress is flat for a long time. It just looks like nothing is happening.
Even though something is happening?
Even though something is happening under the surface. Your body's adjusting, your muscles are adapting. All this invisible stuff is going on, but you can't see it in the mirror yet. So it feels pointless. And that's exactly when people quit.
Not at the beginning, but right in the middle.
Right before the results actually show up, yeah. There's actually a nice way to picture it. Imagine an ice cube in a freezing room, and you slowly turn up the heat. -15, -10, -5, -1. Nothing happens. The ice cube looks exactly the same the whole time.
And then?
And then the room hits 0 degrees, and suddenly it starts melting. But here's the thing. That last little bit of heat wasn't magic. All the heat before that was working too. You just couldn't see it.
Whoa. Okay, I need a minute with that one.
Take your minute.
No, but seriously, that's such a good way to think about it. There's actually an old saying that fits perfectly here too. Slow and steady wins the race.
Slow and steady wins the race. Yes, exactly that.
Like the tortoise and the hare, right? The slow turtle wins because he just keeps going.
Keeps going. Doesn't quit in the valley of disappointment.
Doesn't quit at -1 degree.
Exactly.
Okay, so if progress is invisible for so long, how do you actually keep going? Like, what stops you from just quitting at -5 degrees?
This is where it gets interesting, because the book kind of flips the whole question. Instead of asking, am I seeing results yet? You ask, am I moving in the right direction?
Direction, not results.
Right. Because think about it this way. A goal is like a destination on a map. I want to lose 20 pounds. But your habits are what determine your actual direction. And you can want to go north all you want. But if your daily habits are pulling you south, guess where you're actually headed?
South, even with the best intentions.
Even with the best intentions. There's a good phrase for this too, actually. Staying on track. I'm trying to stay on track with my habits, even when I don't see results yet.
Staying on track. Okay, I like that one. That's really useful, actually. I feel like I could use that one all the time.
And here's the part that really stuck with me. What you see in your life today isn't the result of what you did today. It's the result of what you've been doing consistently over time.
So your bank account right now isn't about today, it's about every little financial decision for the last however many years.
Exactly. Your health right now isn't about today's lunch. It's the sum of thousands of lunches. That word, by the way, trajectory, that's a great one. Your trajectory is basically the path you're on, the direction you're heading. I'm not worried about where I am right now. I'm more focused on my trajectory.
My trajectory. Ooh, that sounds so much fancier than I'm trying, okay?
Way fancier. Use it at dinner parties.
Okay, but here's something that always confused me a little. This whole idea of small changes actually adding up to something huge. Like 1% better every day, does that actually mean anything? 1% feels like nothing.
It feels like nothing. That's the whole trick of it. But here's the math. If you get just 1% better every single day for a year, by the end of the year, you're not 1% better. You're almost 37 times better.
Wait, what? 37 times?
37 times. Because it's not addition. It compounds, like interest in a bank account.
Compounds, meaning it builds on itself, gets bigger and bigger over time?
Exactly. Each little gain builds on the last one, and the scary part is it works in the opposite direction too. If you get 1% worse every day, you basically decline into nothing.
Oof. Okay, so both directions are kind of sneaky.
Both sneaky, both gradual. That's a nice word too, gradual, meaning it happens slowly, little by little, not all at once. The change was so gradual, I didn't even notice it happening.
Gradual, right. Like, you don't wake up one day out of shape. It happens gradually, meal by meal.
Exactly. And you don't wake up one day fit either. Same process, just pointed the other way.
Honestly, this makes me want to go check my trajectory. Is that weird?
That's not weird. That's basically the whole point of this episode, Sarah.
Okay, so here's a story from the book that I think about constantly, actually. There's this idea of the plateau of latent potential, and there's this comparison of it to, imagine two brothers, identical twins. One smokes, one doesn't.
Okay.
If you ask the smoker, hey, want a cigarette after dinner? He might say, nah, I'm trying to quit. That's identity-based. He sees himself as someone who's trying to become a non-smoker.
Trying to become.
Right. But there's a totally different way to answer that same question, and this is the powerful part. No thanks, I'm not a smoker.
Oh, that's a totally different sentence.
Completely different. One is a person managing a habit they're trying to break. The other one has already made a part of who they are. It's their identity now, and that's kind of the whole secret weapon of this whole thing. Every action is basically a vote for the type of person you want to become.
A vote. I like that.
So going for a run isn't just exercising, it's a vote for, I am someone who takes care of their body. Writing one paragraph isn't just writing, it's a vote for, I am a writer.
Okay, that's actually kind of powerful when you say it like that. It's less about the result and more about casting the vote over and over.
Exactly. And no single vote changes an election, but enough votes over time, that's how identity actually shifts. There's a phrase for this too, by the way, to make up your mind about something. I've made up my mind. I'm someone who exercises now. No more excuses.
Made up your mind. So not I'll try, but I've decided this is who I am now.
Exactly that shift.
Okay, so let's get practical for a second because I feel like I understand the why now, but I still don't fully get the how. Like what's actually happening in my brain the second before I make a choice? The second before I choose the salad or the fries?
Okay, this is the habit loop, and it's honestly one of my favorite parts. There are basically 4 steps: cue, craving, response, reward.
Break it down for me.
Okay, think about your phone buzzing. That buzz is the cue, something that triggers you. Trigger, by the way, good word, something that sets off a reaction. Seeing my phone light up is a trigger for me to check it immediately.
Guilty, extremely guilty.
Then comes the craving. You want to know what the notification is. That craving pulls you toward the response, which is you actually picking up the phone and checking it. And then the reward. You get that little satisfying, oh, someone texted me feeling.
And then your brain goes, great, let's do that again.
Exactly. And now the loop is reinforced, stronger than before. Same exact loop works with coffee, by the way. You smell it, that's your cue. You crave the taste and the energy. You make it and drink it, that's the response. And the reward is that little wake-up feeling.
So basically, every habit, good or bad, is running on this exact same loop.
Every single one. Which is actually really good news, because if you understand the loop, you can hack it for good habits or bad ones.
Hack it. I like that word choice.
It felt appropriate.
Okay, so how do you actually hack the loop then? Let's say I want to build a good habit, reading, for example. I always say I'll read more, and then I just don't.
Okay, so the first big lever is the environment. You make the cue obvious. If you want to read more, don't leave the book buried in a drawer somewhere. Leave it right on your pillow. So when you go to bed, it's staring you in the face.
Out of sight, out of mind, basically, but in reverse.
Exactly. Out of sight, out of mind. Meaning if you don't see it, you forget about it. So flip it. Put the good stuff in sight and hide the bad stuff. Want to eat healthier? Put the fruit on the counter where you'll see it and put the cookies somewhere annoying to reach, like the top shelf way in the back.
Add friction to the bad habit.
Yes, friction, great word. Basically means resistance, difficulty, something that slows you down. I put my phone charger in another room at night just to add a little friction before I check it.
Oh, that's smart, actually. Because if it's annoying enough, you'll just not bother.
Exactly. Laziness works in your favor if you set it up right. And there's a phrase for this whole approach too. Set yourself up for success. Leaving your gym clothes by the door the night before really sets you up for success.
Set yourself up for success. Okay, that's a good one. I'm going to use that.
And here's a fun little story. A guy in the book wanted to eat healthier, so he unplugged his TV after every use and made a rule. You have to physically plug it back in before you can watch anything.
That's evil. That's brilliant, but evil.
Just enough friction to make you go, never mind.
Okay, I have to ask because this is my actual life problem. What if the habit itself feels genuinely hard? Not just annoying to start, but hard the whole way through. Like exercise for me doesn't get easier just because the shoes are by the door.
Right. This is where the 2-minute rule comes in. And honestly, it sounds almost too simple to work.
Okay, hit me.
Whatever the habit is, shrink it down until it takes less than 2 minutes. Read before bed becomes read 1 page. Work out every day becomes put on my workout shoes.
That's it? Just put on the shoes?
Just put on the shoes. Because the goal isn't the workout itself at first. The goal is just becoming someone who shows up. Baby steps, basically.
Baby steps. Okay, so it's not about doing it perfectly. It's just about doing it at all.
Exactly. And this is a manageable way to start. Manageable meaning something you can actually handle without feeling overwhelmed. 1 page a night feels way more manageable than a whole chapter.
Manageable. I like that because read a whole book this month sounds terrifying, but read 1 page sounds like, sure, I can do that on my worst day.
Exactly. And funny enough, once you put the shoes on, most days you end up actually working out anyway. The hardest part was never the workout. It was starting.
Half the battle, right? Isn't that a saying too?
It is half the battle, meaning the hardest part of doing something is often just getting started. Getting out of bed is half the battle some mornings.
Oh, that's so true some mornings, honestly.
Okay, now here's a piece that I think people skip completely. And it's honestly maybe the most important one, making the habit feel satisfying right when you do it.
Because the reward is usually so far away, right? Like we said earlier.
Exactly. That's the whole problem. So you kind of have to trick your brain a little and add some immediate satisfaction. There's this couple in the book, actually. They wanted to stop eating out all the time and start cooking at home.
Okay.
So every single time they cooked, instead of ordering food, they took the money they would have spent and put it into a savings account labeled Trip to Europe.
Oh, that's so smart. Because now you're not just avoiding something, you're actively building towards something exciting.
Exactly. Watching that number grow gave them an instant little reward, even though the actual trip was months away.
So it's like turning a boring habit into a little game.
Basically, even something as simple as crossing off a day on a calendar works because it gives your brain a visible signal, hey, you're making progress.
Okay, I actually do that. I have a habit tracker app, and honestly, I get a weird little rush just from tapping the check mark.
That rush is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And here's a rule I love. Never miss twice.
Never miss twice, meaning?
Missing a workout once is just life. You were tired, whatever, it's fine. But missing twice in a row, that's the start of a brand new habit, and usually not the one you wanted.
Oh, so it's like a small slip is fine, but don't let it become a pattern.
Exactly. Get back on track immediately. I missed the gym yesterday, but I'm getting back on track today. No excuses.
Get back on track. Okay, that's a good one too. Honestly, this episode is just handing me phrase after phrase.
That's the plan.
Okay, David, let's do a quick real-life example because I think I finally get it, but I want to test it. Let's say someone wants to stop biting their nails. That's like a really specific annoying habit.
Perfect example, actually. Okay, so first, identity. Instead of saying, I'm trying to stop biting my nails, you'd say, I'm someone who takes care of their hands.
Ooh, small shift, but I feel that.
Then environment. Maybe you put on a bitter-tasting nail polish, so the second you go to bite, terrible taste. Instant negative response.
Adding friction to the bad habit.
Exactly. And then for something to replace it, the 2-minute version, maybe every time you feel the urge, you just squeeze a stress ball for 2 minutes instead.
Something to do with your hands, but not the biting.
Right. And then make it satisfying. Some people actually track it, like a little sticker chart. Even as adults, don't laugh.
I'm not laughing. I would absolutely still want stickers. That never goes away.
Nobody's too old for stickers, honestly. And that's the whole system. Identity, environment, small steps, and a reward working together instead of just relying on willpower.
Because willpower alone just runs out.
Every time. Willpower is like a phone battery. It drains throughout the day, which is actually why most people break their diets at night, not in the morning.
Oh my God, that's so true. I have never once broken my diet at 8 a.m.
Never at 8 a.m., always at 11 p.m. standing in front of the fridge.
every single time.
Okay, so here's something kind of funny, actually, that ties back to what we talked about earlier. The majority thing, the group.
Oh yeah, the whole idea that we copy the people around us.
Right, and it's stronger than people realize. There's this old experiment where they'd put a person in a room with a bunch of actors and ask a super simple question, like, which line on this card is the longest? Totally obvious answer.
Okay.
But all the actors on purpose would say the wrong answer, out loud, one after another. And a huge number of the real participants ended up going along with the wrong answer too, just because everyone else said it.
No way. Even though they could clearly see it was wrong?
Even though they could see it. Because standing alone in a group feels genuinely uncomfortable to us. As humans, we're wired for it.
Okay, that explains so much about why it's hard to eat healthy when you're out with friends who order fries for the table.
Exactly. You're not just fighting your own cravings at that point, you're fighting the whole table.
So what do? You can't just avoid your friends forever.
No, but you can change which group you're spending time in for that specific habit. Like joining a running club, where showing up at 6 a.m. isn't weird. It's just normal Tuesday behavior for everyone there.
So you're not fighting the crowd, you're just picking a different crowd.
Exactly. Find your people, and suddenly the hard thing becomes the normal thing.
Okay, David, real talk. Closing thoughts. After everything we just went through, what's actually going to stick for you, like personally?
Honestly, the 2-minute rule. Just put on the shoes. That's it. Stop overthinking the whole workout. Just put on the shoes.
I feel like you're going to say that in your sleep now.
Probably. What about you?
For me, it's the identity thing. I'm not someone who skips workouts. Instead of, I'm trying not to skip workouts. Feels like such a small change, but it actually hits different.
It really does. And I think the biggest thing, honestly, for anyone listening, don't judge yourself by today. Judge yourself by your trajectory. You're allowed to be in the valley of disappointment right now and still be doing everything right.
The ice cube's still melting, even if you can't see it yet.
Exactly. -1 degree. Just keep going.
Slow and steady.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Okay, and also, go fix your coffee machine, please. That clicking sound is haunting me.
1% better every day, Sarah. My coffee machine will get fixed eventually.
Gradually.
Gradually. See? You were listening. Okay, before we go, let's do a super quick recap. Just the important stuff, so it actually sticks with you.
Love this part. Okay, go.
Words first. Trigger, something that sets off a reaction. Friction, resistance, something that slows an action down, good or bad. Gradual, happening slowly, little by little. Manageable, something you can handle without feeling overwhelmed. And trajectory, the direction or path you're heading in.
And phrases, stick with it, meaning keep going, don't quit. Get back on track, meaning return to your plan after a slip. Set yourself up for success. Make up your mind and stay on track.
And 2 sayings for the road, old habits die hard, and slow and steady wins the race.
Try using at least one of those today, seriously, even just in your head. Text a friend, sorry I'm late, old habits die hard.
Perfect real-world use case.
If today's episode helped or even just made you laugh once, that's genuinely all we want from EnglishFB. Real conversations, real English, no boring textbook stuff.
Come back next time. We've got another topic, another story, and probably another one of my appliances dying dramatically.
Probably. All right, everyone, that's it for today.
Take care of yourselves. Keep showing up, 1% at a time.
See you next episode.
Bye, everyone.